I have to get this out because truth is a big deal, and nobody can tell me my own testimony is false without proof to the contrary. I'm going to tell you my side of the story because nobody wants to hear it. They have judged me without hearing it, without bothering to ask me anything about any of the stuff that's been going on. I apologize to people who don't know what I'm talking about. Just don't pay attention to this video. This is a personal issue, and the people to whom this is directed will know who they are. And there's going to be some names here. But this is the truth because it's my own experience. And I'm showing you this on the screen. I wrote it all out ahead of time because the truth needs to be known. And then those who brought me to this point can do whatever they want with it. Cherry pick it, snip it, twist it. That's what they're in the habit of doing. But I'm going to read it anyway. Proverbs 18:17 says that the first person to speak always seems right until they're cross-examined. Christians need to cross-check every claim and not spread rumors because it seems that many just blindly swallow what they hear about me and my friend Pillbox. What I want to do is give my personal testimony before all of you and God about my history with Flat Out Elected, and then you can decide for yourselves who to believe. It seems like most of you already have decided that, but I have to do this anyway. When Pillbox first introduced me to Rand and Flat Out Elected, Rand was in the habit of trading insults with G-Man and others, calling people names, doing videos, and so on, but I stuck around. One time, he bit off the head of someone who was a friend of mine at the time, who I had to go and placate to assure him that all Christians weren't like Rand. This was all the first red flag for me. In time, I came to realize that Rand was in the habit of getting us all talking on panel while he went off to watch G-Man watching us, because after being silent for a long time, he would come back and tell us what was being said there. That was the second red flag. Even so, it wasn't until after a hangout where I was attacked by 4 allegedly Christian men on panel that I left Flat Out Elected for about 6 months. Then I was asked to come back. At that time, I told Rand I had thrown away the login password, so I'd need it again because when I left, I had no intention of sneaking around or messing up his channel. The Bible tells us to just shake the dust from our feet and walk away, so that's what I did. Sometime after that, Rand went silent, and not even his friend Teal could get a hold of him, even though she told us he was still posting on Facebook and ignoring her comments. At some point, he said that his computer had been destroyed in a storm and he was working on getting another one. During that time, we ran some hangouts for him ourselves since he wanted us to do so and said that the channel belonged to all of us. Yet one hangout title had later been changed and none of us had changed it. So it had to be Rand, who apparently was still getting online but not telling any of us, and he didn't bother to say that he changed the title or why. After further silence, he suddenly appeared on the Hot Potato Show to be interviewed, again without saying a word to any of us that he'd be there and had a computer. We all watched the show while in a private call, and it was his longtime friend Teal who expressed the strongest condemnation of Rand for all his failure to communicate and treating us all like we didn't matter. That was the last straw for me because any trust I ever had in Rand was lost. So late 2017, we decided to make a separate channel, and Pillbox still openly expressed his friendship with Rand and that sometimes even friends have to separate. There was no ill will, no hit piece, only cooperation for the same cause of Christ from a distance. We left voluntarily. We were not kicked out. When Rand finally did a hangout sometime after that, he only mentioned that we had gone off in a different direction. Our intention was to expose anti-Christian bias in the flat earth community, not even dreaming we'd instead have to be exposing fake Christians. But remember what Teal had said before, criticizing Rand strongly? I came to find out that she had been telling Rand it was I, not she, who was bad-mouthing him. As time went on, Pillbox and I heard rumors of accusations against both of us, but we still never condemned anyone by name on our hangouts. We didn't spread the rumors and didn't want to believe them. Now, remember Rand saying Flat Out Elected was everyone's channel, but he would also say nobody could tell him what to do on his channel. And because he wouldn't listen to anyone's advice not to post the panel link publicly, eventually he was struck by YouTube for being porn bombed. So he could no longer run live hangouts for several months, which I think is still the case or is just now ending. And I just now found out that he's running again. So that is apparently true. During that time, he has befriended people at Poncho's channel and badmouthed us to them. And many of them had been mocking Jesus and the Bible almost on a daily basis. And that includes, I might add here, someone saying that he wiped his backside with the Bible. He used a different term than backside that I won't use. And everybody giggled. These are Rand's new friends. They also write baby Jesus on bottles of whiskey. These are his new friends with whom he has made peace, I am understanding now. But Rand lied by saying that he had kicked Pillbox and I out of Flat Out Elected. More recently, we found out that he blamed his being porn bombed on his old friend Pillbox. That is not true. Those are lies. Absolute, bald-faced, flat-out lies. One of the most recent lies being spread about me personally is that I said in a Hangout chat that Rand accused Pillbox of having molested a 15-year-old girl. This is untrue. As I said in our last Hangout on Blood Always Finds Its Level, when the infiltrator brought it up. But what really happened was this. Someone asked if it was true that Pillbox had been accused of molestation by another person, and I answered yes without noticing till I posted that they said Rand. I immediately clarified my yes by saying it was not Rand, but Ephesians 6:12 who said it. But Rand leaves out that part in order to paint me as a liar. So I banned Rand from my own channel and from Blood Always Finds Its Level. I was originally going to wait till Saturday to read this. That's why it's worded that way. Well, here's why he sent a mole to insist being led on panel. This is by the mole's own admission in private conversations with Pillbox. And in spite of my experience with people being up to no good when they keep demanding to be on panel, she was allowed on. And when she spoke, it was to spread these lies in our faces. And the long, awkward silences when she spoke seemed to indicate, I'm just guessing, that she was reading instructions on what to say to us. I don't know if that's true. I'm just guessing. She was there under false pretenses that I don't have to guess about because, as I said later on, she admitted that Rand had told her these things. So she was spreading lies and taking advantage of our kindness and benefit of a doubt. So I had to ban her too, and I will ban anyone else who might try to force their way into our channel or my channel or who is caught spreading lies about us. Only God can judge our souls, but the body of Christ must expose and expel from fellowship. People over there are saying that we're throwing them out of the body of Christ. Poorly worded, yes, but the point is it's out of fellowship. And we are to do that with anyone claiming Christ who wallows in sin. Lying and gossiping is sin, which they're doing to me. So they're causing division. They're tearing up the body of Christ and then painting themselves as the good guys. Anyway, we would have been happy to leave Rand and Flat Out Elected to go their own way, but he chose instead to make us his enemies and mockers of Jesus his friends. Believe what you choose, but my conscience is clear before God. And with that, I've said before that I was leaving YouTube Flat Earth, but these people, these gossipers, have done such a thorough job of making sure everybody hates us that we can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere because people prejudge. They never asked me for my side of the story. They just believe Rand because he's persuasive. He's the kind of guy who could sell a freezer to an Eskimo. Believe him if you want. Call him a good Christian. But I'm done. I'm going to stay in my own channel, and you can all dance on my grave.